All right, everyone. I am here with another championship transformation. This gentleman absolutely crushed the 6 week challenge that he just joined with us, and I'm going to let him tell his story. What is your name?
Hi everyone, my name's Arnav Bansal. I joined Fight Fit about 6 weeks ago as a 6 week challenger, and yeah, I lost about 14 pounds and over 4% in body fat. It's been a great journey so far, and yeah,
Dude, I know you're super excited about it, going
yep.
over your results already. 14 pounds, 4% body fat. I want to touch on that in a bit, but how
hmm
old are you, by the way?
25.
25. And what do you do for work?
Software developer.
Software developer. So a lot of sitting, I'm assuming, in front of
Yep.
a computer most of the time.
Basically all day. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably how you got to and meet us and need us. But so I want to talk about what was life like before joining the challenge with us in terms of your health or your fitness.
Yeah. So in terms of fitness, I used to used to go to gym 5 days a week. But that was like a few months before I started this challenge. Like the months immediately before I started the challenge were more sedentary because I had just moved, so I couldn't
Mhm.
find a decent gym around. And getting around the schedule was also difficult, so it was mostly sedentary. Um, so in terms of health, it's been fine. I don't really have any outlying medical conditions or anything.
Got it.
Um, so yeah, it's just mostly sitting all day and just having a screen so close to the eyes, it just affects you.
Well, for sure.
Yeah,
How did you worked out regularly before?
yeah.
Why did you feel like you needed a challenge, or why did you feel the urge to join us?
Okay. So I stopped working out regularly about 6 months before I started the challenge.
Okay.
So yeah, so I had while I was working out regularly, I had lost about 15 kilos in a span of 4 months or something. So, and I gained all that weight back in those 6 months. I was not working out, and I let go of my diet. I let go of my schedule of working out, and I was just like, I need to get back into it. So,
Oh man.
I didn't want to just build it progressively. I want to go right in, and a challenge was a very good way to get to that same intensity before.
Okay, Arnav. So very interesting. You worked out
Mhm.
regularly. You lost a ton of weight, 14 kilos, which is a
Yep.
huge amount of weight. I mean, if we did it's about 30 pounds,
hmm
but you gained it all back in 6 months.
Yep.
How did your body feel like how did your energy level feel like gaining all that weight back?
Oh, it was terrible, honestly. Every day when I would wake up, I could feel just strength leaving my body. It's not as if I like you know it wasn't just like a totally 180. I was still having some normal walks and stuff, but that was only keeping me that was just like the bare minimum.
Hmm.
So I had lost all my muscle gains.
Yeah.
So that was the hardest part to see, because in the mirror you look at it, your face gets bigger, your arms get smaller. So that was kind of hard.
Okay. Okay. So waking up, no energy, you
Yeah.
starting to see your face getting, gaining the weight. I
Yeah.
always say there's always like a turning point in somebody's life when they're like, I got to do something.
hmm
Was there something that happened to you or something that you saw that made you say, I got to stop this and I got to do something?
when I hit 110 on the scale. Yeah. So I've never been that heavy in my life. I was like, yeah, this is not a number I want to see on the scale anymore. So yeah.
Okay. So that number just kind of was a wake up call.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Okay, cool. So let's talk about you saw that number 110 hit you. You took on the
hmm
challenge. You already talked about your results a little bit. 14 pounds lost. 14 pounds or kilos?
14 pounds.
14 pounds,
Yep.
4% body fat. Aside from the numbers that you lost, how
hmm
does your body feel now?
Oh, a lot more active. and I'm right now working on my flexibility as well, just to get higher kicks. So yeah, I'm feeling a lot better than I used to before.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
a lot
And
more energy throughout the day. When I wake up, it's not like I want to go right back to bed. So yeah, it's been great.
what's something that surprised you about doing the 6 week challenge? Because you had a very interesting take. You wanted to
Hmm.
not do it progressively. You wanted to hit it hard. Like,
Yeah.
was there anything that surprised you about it, or you surprised yourself?
What surprised me about it? Okay, so it took me 4 months. Okay, so when I was working out regularly, it took me 4 months to get to like pressing 135 pounds, right? And after within 3 weeks of starting that challenge, I was right back to that same strength level. So that was pretty good. I was like muscle memory kicking back in because of kind of a big turnaround kind of thing, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So that was good. So that's great.
Love that. So the thing that surprised you is you still were able to maintain a lot of the strength you developed. And I think I tell
Yeah.
that a lot to a lot of clients is that you're never starting from square one whenever you restart a fitness program. I
Hmm.
think that's what people are so afraid of, that they're starting from scratch. But it sounded like
Yeah.
you had a pretty good foundation when you started with us. Um, what did you now you did the workout, you were working on your own before, and then you did our group workouts. What
Hmm.
was something that you enjoyed the most about our workouts?
Uh, the constant attention from whichever coach you're working with. You can ask them questions about anything. So, just 2 weeks ago, I started having some, tightness in my ankles, and I approached, Coach Chris about it, and he was like, "You should do more calf stretches." And just I within a week of doing proper calf stretches, I don't feel that tightness and that pain anymore. So and I had some hip mobility issues. I talked to Coach Kiana about it. She's supposedly the specialist in mobility, right? So yeah, that's been helping me getting deeper squats as well. So it's just working with the coaches. It's great. You get to learn a lot of things that you cannot find on your own.
Mm-hmm.
And because of all the coaches' experiences, it's been great.
Love it. So it sounds like constant attention, constant
Yeah.
support, and
Hmm.
a little bit of accountability to get you going,
Yeah.
which is awesome. You did really well with your nutrition before, lost some
Hmm.
weight. You did our nutrition plan. Was there something you learned or something that you took away from the nutrition plan?
Um, so I was still kind of following my own nutrition plan that I had before, because I did not want to go away from intermittent fasting.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I incorporated a few tips that Coach Mark had about intermittent fasting, like your first meal after the fast should be a protein based thing. And so I started taking protein shakes to break my fast, rather than having a proper meal, like a full
Mm-hmm.
meal, basically with carbs and fats,
Mm-hmm.
just a protein shake. And I can see the difference. um, you know I've lost weight a lot quicker than I lost it before.
Yeah. Good. That's it.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's those small little tweaks
Yep,
to make
exactly.
adjustments. And I always say, like, our goal is not to revamp the current way of eating, but just make
Hmm.
fine tune it. And it sounds like it's gotten you better results.
Yep, yep,
Um,
definitely.
my last question to you, Arnav, it's a two-part question.
Okay.
First off, A, when you were listening to this whole challenge and the whole 6 week program,
Hmm.
were you skeptical about it?
uh, okay, so the challenge included losing 30 pounds in 6 weeks. That kind of seemed like a far-fetched idea. But then after the first week, I saw my body fat drop by 1%,
Hmm.
exactly 1%. I was like, maybe it's doable. At least I can lose the body fat.
Yeah.
So it's maybe it's doable. And I was on track until this project I'm working on kind of hit hard, and I had
Hmm.
to lose sleep over it.
For sure.
So not enough rest time, not enough recovery time between workouts. I think I gained a little weight.
That's right.
So Yeah,
So the
but
risk, but I'm,
I
I'm
could have
talking
made
about.
it. I could have made it.
I know it's not, you were close. It's not
Yeah,
4%. It's really
yeah.
close. But were you skeptical when you heard about the whole 6 weeks and what was possible within like in the very beginning?
Hmm.
Like, were you skeptical? Like when you're sitting there listening to the coach? And number two, I'll start the second part is like, what would
Hmm.
you say to someone? Because now that you've gone through it, what would you say to someone that was sitting in the same exact position you were, kind of thinking about doing this program?
I was not skeptical, honestly. Because I want to lose weight on my own. I've looked at a lot of testimonials from people on the internet. I've seen people lose a lot more weight in similar time frames. I was like, it's definitely possible, with coaches' directions and their helps and everything. It's definitely possible. Yeah.
Love it. So,
Yeah.
so a powerful message. You've seen people do it. You saw the testimonials. You saw the
Yeah.
proof, and so that's why you ended up doing it, committing to it. And my friend, I think you absolutely crushed it. You did more than you
Thank you.
did in, like, what took you 4 months. You almost did it in
Hmm.
6, which is awesome. And I know you still got some ways to go. And I always tell people the true transformation is like going from that sedentary, not focus on their fitness, to now refocusing and reprioritizing and making it part of
Yeah.
your life. That is the true transformation. So congratulations on that, Arnav, and sharing
Thanks a
that
lot,
story.
Joe. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing.
Of course.